In Nehemiah chapter 8, it says that all the people gathered as one man into the square before the water gate, and they told Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses that the Lord had commanded Israel. And then it says that he read from the book of the law from early morning until midday. The Levites helped to explain the law that Ezra was reading from the book of the law, and it says that the people, as the people began to comprehend what he was saying and understand what the book of the law was saying, they began to weep. But Nehemiah, Ezra, and the Levites encouraged them to rejoice instead, because it was a holy day, and they told the people to celebrate, share food, and find strength and joy in the Word of God. The next day, the leaders of Jerusalem continued to study the book of the law of Moses, and it says they discovered the command to celebrate the Feast of Booths. And the people obeyed this command. They built shelters and observed the feast with great joy, it says. And this point in the chapter marks a renewal in the obedience of the people of Jerusalem that we hadn't seen since Joshua's days, really. And we see this come true even further in chapter 9 when the people of Israel confess their sins as a congregation. Everybody joins in on confessing their sins to God. The Israelites separated themselves from the foreigners. They fasted. They put on sackcloth. They put dust on their heads. It says that the Levites led the people of Israel in a long prayer which recounted God's faithfulness throughout all of Israel's history. And I mean all of Israel's history, from the creation of earth to God's covenant with Abraham, to the Exodus and how God had provided food and water for the Israelites throughout the entire 40 years, as well as the entrance into the land of Canaan, the promised land. During this long prayer that the Levites were leading, it says that they acknowledged Israel's repeated disobedience and rebellion against God, despite God being so merciful and graceful with them. During this prayer, the Levites highlight God's patience, compassion, and willingness to forgive. The chapter ends with the people making a renewed commitment to follow the law of God. And they even put it into writing.